Assalamu alaikum. Here we are discussing top 5 security breaches of 2019. I am Mahbub Rahman. Here is a list. First one is the Citrix breach. Second, investigation of Walmart email breach. Third one is Toyota's second data breach affects millions of drives. And fourth, Dunkin' Donuts reports credential stuffing attack. And last and fifth one, inside the fishy Wipro breach. Introduction. Citrix is an American multinational software company built in 1989. It provides server application and desktop virtualization, networking software as a service, and cloud computing services. More than 400,000 customers are of Citrix, and 82,000 employees are working in Citrix. What happened? In March 2019, FBI warned Citrix about a password spraying cyber attack by Iridium group of hacker. It is typically called backed by Iran. It bypassed multi-factor authentication of Citrix and gained access to SSO, single sign-on, and VPN channels. Almost 6 terabyte worth sensitive internal files that includes blueprints, emails, and other documents are stolen. How can we mitigate this? Number 1. Use strong passwords. Number 2. Implement two or multi-factor authentication. Number 3. Use third-party software like Havel IBM to look for common passwords. And number 4. Routine system examination for looking at easy access points. And last one, check to make sure hackers have not added any additional user accounts. We can add further more mitigation according to security experts. Now we are talking about investigation of Walmart email breach. The first facts. The FBI is investigating allegations that employees from one of Walmart's technology suppliers was illegally monitoring the retailer's email communication. The New York Times reports that in late 2015 to early 2016, Compucom employees assigned to Walmart's help desk were using their access to monitor specific email accounts at the retailer and allegedly using the information to get an edge over competitors. The scheme was discovered after a Compucom technician took a photo of an email about an internal Walmart disciplinary matter and sent it into a Walmart employee he had been chatting with on an instant messaging system, according to the FBI. What we learned from this, the case exposes a potential vulnerability for companies that rely on contractors for technical work, giving outsiders broad access to sensitive internal documents with little oversight in the process. It also raises questions about how technicians hired to support the computer system of one of the world's largest and most insular corporates were able to gather information from employee emails. Companies with an extensive communication network like ours require the support of different partners and a high level of trust. Walmart spokesman Randy Hargrove told the New York Times, "We relied on this vendor, but their personnel abused their access, and we want those responsible to be held accountable." Toyota's second data breach affects millions of drivers. Toyota revealed the issue on its official website on March 29, 2019, saying the breach potentially affects 3.1 million people. The company is still looking into whether the cyber criminals could access and read the data, but says the compromised server did not contain credit card details. In February was a disrupted month for Toyota too, but in the Australian market on February 21, 2019, Toyota said it experienced an attempted cyber attack. The news came via a similar brief press statement consisting of only 5 sentences. The company said it didn't believe the hackers accessed private customer or employee data in the instance. It also confirmed Toyota's IT team communicated with international cybersecurity experts for advice in getting to the bottom of the matter. What we learned from this? Since there are so few specifics about what happened surrounding Toyota's cybersecurity breaches, it's best for customers to be exceptionally vigilant regarding any communication from people claiming to be from Toyota or its subsidiaries. There is no way to know for sure, but the hackers could use the customer data obtained in the Japanese breach to orchestrate phishing attempts. Dunkin' Donuts reports credential stuffing attack. Dunkin' Donuts first reported a credential stuffing attack at the end of November last year and is now notifying users of more account breaches following a new attack. This attack within happened in January 2019. Is similar to the first in where hackers leveraged user credential leaked at other sites to enter DD Perks reward accounts. The type of information stored in a DD Perks account, which provides repeat customers a way to earn points and get free merchandise or discounts, includes the user's first and last names, email, username, and 16-digit DD Perks account number and QR code. According to ZDN Net, the hackers were not after users' personal information stored in the rewards account. Instead, they were after the account itself in order to sell on dark web forums. Some quick tips. According to the advice from Trend Micro, here are some ways to strengthen security against these types of attacks. Practice good password hygiene. Avoid reusing the same email and password combination for multiple online accounts and change your access credential frequently. Enable two-factor authentication whenever possible. Layered protection is always better than single access authentication. Observe your network traffic and system. A significant increase in network inquiries, access, or slowdowns may indicate an attack. Run security software to find and remove infection. Inside the fishy Wipro breach, Western Indian product. On April 15 investigation, reporter Brian Krebs wrote about the breach of Indian IT outsourcing and consulting giant Wipro Limited. According to Krebs on security.com, two trusted sources spoke anonymously to Krebs saying that Wipro system was seen being used as jumping off points for digital phishing expeditions targeting at least a dozen Wipro customer systems. The security experts said Wipro's customers traced malicious and suspicious network reconnaissance activity back to partner systems that were communicating directly with Wipro's network. On April 17, Wipro was quoted in an Indian daily newspaper saying that it did in fact experience a phishing incident. Wipro confirmed its IT systems were hacked and said it hired a forensic firm to handle the situation, stating that it was dealing with a multi-month intrusion from an assumed state-sponsored attacker and that Wipro systems was seen being used to attack at least a dozen of its. The handling of incident has sparked some buzz among industry influencers, leaving Krebs compelled to a letter write a following up article on the incident explaining. But Wipro executive was asked on a quarterly conference call to respond to his reporting. Wipro Banu Bolpuram told investors that many of the details in Krebs' reporting were in error and implied that breach was limited to a few employees who got phished. Krebs decided to join the quarterly call and add a question on the incident to the queue, to which Wipro gave him the opportunity to speak on the call. Security reporter Graham Clooney was able to record a bit of the call and post it on Twitter. From the 4-month series of events, Krebs offered a recap of Wipro's public response so far in following up article of how not to acknowledge a data breach, ignores reporter's question 4 days and then pick it nits in his story during a public investor conference call, questioned the stating time of breach but refused to provide an alternative timeline. Downplay the severity of incident, characterize its handle even when they even just hired an outside forensic firm. Say the intruder deployed a 0-day attack. Claim to iOS you are sharing with a few clients. Wipro is Indian multinational corporation, IT consultants and business process services, third largest in India. And it deals with healthcare, banking, communication and other industries. $22.6 billion is its net worth. 171,425 employees are working there in Wipro. Clientele 54 countries. Thank you.